Alright, we are back at it. This is War 1. We've matched Jedi Assassins, and I'm not going to be using S99 today. So, I'm going to try not to be useless. So I have Omega Sentinel, Jabari Panther, and Red Mags. I'm starting out on Path 6 in Section 1. I have this Ibom here, and you can take this fight with either Jabari or Omega Sentinel. I opted for Omega Sentinel just because she's tactic, so I can remove the prowess from the node. Not that it will matter that much. It doesn't seem to do much on this node itself. Here I'm just backing out to make sure that my heal block pre-fight activated. So now that I see that little yellow triangle or rectangle or diamond, yeah, diamond, there you go, that's what it's called. Okay, you can tell it's fucking Friday. Now that I see that diamond, I know I'm good to go. And I do not have much experience with Omega Sentinel or Jabari Panther, so I've used Omega Sentinel a little bit in GT39 last season, but I'm not playing there this season. Running 2 accounts is too much for me, so just the one. But I have a little bit of experience with her, and so I'm basically just going to finish a combo with a medium, apply my heal block, and then finish my combos with lights to pause all my debuffs. And currently that is the gist of how I play Omega Sentinel. I have not learned her fully inside out yet. I'm sure the more I use her this season, the more that I will kind of figure out her little quirks and unique uses and all that fun stuff. But this ends up being a relatively quick fight, and down he's going to go. And then moving into Section 2, I'm going to have this Sauron on 24. So the tactic removes prowess when you have an armor up. So Sauron without prowess is pretty much useless. I mean, he's kind of useless anyway, even with prowess, because Nimrod exists. I don't think that getting hit with a Sauron special is going to do much to you, even if he has the prowess. But I don't know. He does seem kind of useless as a defender. Maybe this tactic makes him a little bit more difficult, but my plan for this one, because Omega Sentinel can't be nullified, she's immune to nullify, the node itself really doesn't matter, so it's pretty much just a nothing Sauron. And I'm going to go with the heal block debuff on this fight as well, because I know that he has his own passive regen, and it's going to be the same strategy as Immortal Abomination. I'm just going to apply the heal block, pause it, and stick to special 2s with tech power back boosts on to try and get back there quicker for the second go. After I did my OS fights, I was talking to my buddy Agent and Alva, I believe, as well, to find out if you can run suicides with her normally, because bleed and poison do not affect her. So the next time I use her, I'm probably going to be running full suicides just to make the fights a little bit faster, because it doesn't seem like you throw a whole ton of specials in her fights. Next up here, I have this Apocalypse, and this node has regen on it if you dash back 2 times in a row, kind of like no retreat. So gonna go with the heal block here as well. And because this is the first war of the season, and because I haven't used Omega Sentinel or Jabari in high stakes war before, I went with the biggest boost possible. So last season, War 12, I bought the Big Boy War Boost Pack, and I used a set of them for that war, and so I still had 2 full sets of them left. So I used another set of them in this war, and I'll probably save the last one for another very important war this season, because I'm sure that we will have another one. And my plan for this fight is the same as the other ones. I'm just going to apply my heal block with a medium ending combo. Then I'm going to use light ending combos, going to Dex out of the way of the last hit of his special 1 beam, and just stick to special 2s. And next up here is one of the fights that I was a little bit nervous about. I've never fought Baron Zemo in war before. So the plan for this one is parry / reparry, because his mediums are projectiles, and just parry heavy basically. So I practiced heavy countering his heavy, and I practiced heavy countering his special one. So right there, I misjudged the spacing, and I'm going to misjudge the spacing on one of his special ones as well. And he was being an asshole. He was throwing double medium, so I wasn't able to land the reparry. He throws the special one there. I didn't go for the heavy counter because I was in the corner and I wasn't feeling it. So I'm just hitting my way out of the corner to maintain my spacing. He does it here. I go for it. The spacing felt good. He gets a nice 11k crit through block. That definitely made me nervous in the middle of the fight. I was like, oh shit, I hope he doesn't do too many more of those. Now I have max pacify on right here. I fuck up the spacing, so he hits me with the last part of his special, and at this point I backed up, charged my prowess. I don't know if it doubled or not, and just went for the SP3 as soon as he came running in. And then coming out of this SP3, I find myself rooted because he purified a bunch of them. So going to go for the special intercept out of root, and then as these bleeds fall off, he's going to drop here. Watching it back, it seems a lot smoother than it was playing it. And then last up here, I have Jessica Jones on 49. So I rank 4 Jabari and Omega Sentinel for this war. And this is a pretty straightforward fight. Jabari handles it very well. You want to stick to special ones in order to get into hunt, or the hunt. I went for a little dash back intercept there. It did not work, and I lost 2 hits from my invuln, so I decided that I was just going to bait heavies for openings for the rest of the fight rather than go for intercepts. So I want to throw special ones in order to put an ensnare on her so that I can build my huntress charges and actually get into the hunt. And then when I'm in the hunt, I want to go to town because she has good damage there. So I practiced Jessica's heavy bait basically just to see what the animation looked like, and as soon as she threw one heavy in a duel, I was like, all right, that seems like a pretty easy heavy to counter, and I already know how to counter her special one. And realistically here, I'm in the hunt. I should have not worried about baiting the special out of her because she doesn't end up throwing it. I should have just pushed her to special 2, but I don't know why I got it stuck in my head to just bait special ones, but I let that hunt run out. I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake I made in this fight, I'd say. As well as not pushing her to special 2 at any point in this fight, because her special 2 isn't hard to dex, to just get out of the way of, basically. Neither is her special 1. So realistically, I'm going to end up making this fight longer just in the time that it's taking me to try and bait specials out of her. And it's going to end up being like a minute after this. I'm going to enter hunt again, and that's going to be what ends up taking her down. But definitely can speed this fight up if I do it again, which I assume that I will be because I have a rank 4 Jabari now. But I'm going to let this one finish out, and I'll come back when it's done. Alright, so we ended up winning this one. We went 150-1 to JA's 150-5. This was a really solid first war performance for us. Normally our first wars can be a bit rocky, maybe like a 2, 3, 4 death war. So coming out the gate, dropping 1 death and winning against a top 3 contender puts us in a great position to start the season. I'm sure we will be meeting JA again around War 7, maybe War 8, depending on win-loss records and war ratings. But good luck to JA for their season, and sure we will see them again. Thank you very much for watching.